Okay. Question number 2 is an easy one. If I file bankruptcy, will I have to go to court? And that's from a young lady in Cape Coral. The answer is maybe. And by the way, I say maybe, I'm just kind of being a lawyer, but the reality is this. When you file a bankruptcy, you are required to attend a meeting of creditors. That meeting of creditors is going to be in the federal courthouse. Now, it may be, if you're watching a show from Sarasota, you'll be going to the Tampa courthouse, but anybody below Sarasota County, you're going to be going to the Fort Myers courthouse. Those are the 2 closest federal courthouses. So you're going to be going to either one. When you go to Tampa, you go to the Timberlake Annex, which is a building next to the courthouse. In Fort Myers, you'll go to the federal courthouse. Now, when you go in, you don't go to the courtroom. You go to a meeting room on the 2nd floor. So you're in the courthouse, but you're not going to a courtroom. If you have to go to a courtroom, it's because the judge has set some type of hearing, and either the attorney wants you to be there, or you're required to be there because you're a witness at some type of evidentiary proceeding. I would say maybe 1 person out of 100 of my clients will ever see the courtroom. Maybe about 1 out of 500 will ever have to testify at a court proceeding. Maybe a little less than that, maybe 1 out of every 250. And if you're testifying in a court proceeding, it's because you're asking the court for some affirmative relief and the court needs testimony. It's not something that can be decided on the law. The court needs to incorporate your facts into the law so that they can make a ruling on the case. So it's not a bad thing to be in a courtroom because you're asking the court to do something for you, and there's going to have to be, you're going to have to talk to the judge or answer questions. And it's not like an adversarial, you're not under the lights. It's in a witness box and you're sworn in, you tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Every time we've done it for our clients, gone to an evidentiary hearing, they all survive. They walk in, they're a little bit nervous, but once it's over, they say, wow, okay, I get it. I understand why it had to happen. But yes, so you will have to go to a courthouse in Fort Myers, but you won't go into a courtroom. You go to a meeting of creditors. 99.99% of the time, no creditors show up. There is that time when a creditor shows up, but they're not allowed to be nasty to you. They're not allowed to be rude, mean. They're just allowed to ask questions about your income, your expenses, your assets, and your debts. Simple as that. So there's always an attorney with you from our firm. A lot of attorneys use other people to sit in the creditors' meetings with their clients. I've never understood that. I mean, there's times where I've had to ask somebody to sit in due to an emergency, but that's very, 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 very rare. Normally, an attorney from our firm is with you at the meeting of creditors. And I've never understood why attorneys would rather have somebody else sit in with their clients when they should be there themselves. But that's 6 of one, half dozen the other. Okay.